Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the King of Smut 95 Plays Langrisser Mobile. I'm your host, and I'm going to get into the next sort of big hurdle that you run into, and I'm going to refer to it as the level 55 hurdle. Okay? Now, in playing this Langrisser Mobile myself, I'm now sort of into month 9, going into month 10 of playing this game. And I probably like most of you, have already gone past, hit level 60 as a major group, and then you've got basically now you're leveling up your various characters and whatnot. And then of course now you run into some, shall we say, hurdle. Okay, now I've got past the level 52 hurdle. Okay, which is basically the one where you seemingly can't seem to do anything on the map. That's sort of up to level 52, which is basically all the random quests that you have to do for your dailies, and and basically everything up to the story, up to chapter 32. Okay, and that becomes very frustrating because you seem to were doing so well, getting so much progress in the story, completing different levels and that kind of stuff, because that's what you're used to when you're playing, for example, games like Langrisser on the Sega Genesis or the Sega PC Engine PlayStation. Okay, you're used to just completing the level and progressing the story. But of course, in this game, when you hit that hurdle of level 52 or whatnot, that's when you no longer can progress with the story. You kind of have to switch over to grinding down your characters to get good enough to continue on with the story. Okay, so it's not like you have to stop playing the game. It's more like you have to change what your focus is in the game, and you have to do a different part of the game. Okay, sort of much the same way that for example, when you play like Pokemon Go, here you are, you just going along, randomly catching Pokemon and that kind of stuff, and then you realize that after a certain point, you really have to kind of get to level 30, because in order for you to take advantage of the being able to catch the same things that your friends catch, who are above level 30, because obviously they change the stats if you're below level 30 against the person who's above level 30. So again, you might have to work a little harder, grind a little harder to work on experience points in order to get you up to the next level. Okay, and then once you get to 30, then a different kind of grinding will have to occur to get to level 40. Okay, so same in Langrisser here. Here you are progressing along in the story. You're doing really well. Your characters are slowly growing up, but as you get to level 60, of course, now you got to start getting your main party up to level 60 and continue on with that. And then you sort of hit this sort of hump at level 52, going, well, my characters aren't strong enough to do this kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to slow down, doing the map. You're gonna have to go over to doing time, the time rifts. You're gonna have to start trying to, get the resources necessary to raise your level, to master your character's abilities, and of course, work on the bonds, and of course, unlock enough of the time rift to get the resources needed to level up your weapon. Okay, so I've done that, and I'm working on that, and and I'm going along. And then I get to the next sort of, so I got past that hurdle, so now I can do my dailies every day. I can complete anything that's level 52, that occurs in the dailies there, completing a single thing on the map, and complete that. But now I start hitting the next hurdle, and the next hurdle is the level 55 hurdle, okay? Now, level 55 seems to be this magical sort of finish point for a lot of the characters, i.e., for example, level 55 is the highest mastery, highest level you need in order to master the traits for a particular character, okay? Now, in order to get the necessary things to master those characters, you have to basically complete enough stuff in the time rift to basically get that. Now, of course, some people can't get to level 7 or level, or complete the time rift of level 7 because again, the same sort of problem happens. My characters aren't strong enough to get to that level, but that level on the time rift is what has the resources needed for me to level my characters up. You know, so it goes back and forth, right? You gotta kind of now, concentrate on leveling up your weapons, and then, once you get your weapons high enough, then maybe you can, then continue, working on the mastery of your characters. But I refer to it as level 55 because, again, there's a certain sort of a point where you want to get to in order to get past level 55, okay? And again, getting past level 55 is where you have to start concentrating on your time rifts until you get to, past level 7, okay? Because that will give you the resources necessary to get that past that. But at the same time, you also need to, there's a lot of things in your dailies that you normally have to do, which are all planted at level 55. For example, the Aniki level stages have 55. The dragons have level 55, which is the goddess trial. Even the secret realm has also a level 55, and of course the a special challenge begins at level 55. Okay, so you want to work towards trying to complete. At least, obviously complete level 50, but, you also want to try to, work your way towards trying to complete level 55 of every one of those type of things, including the special challenges. Okay, and sure, I'm getting there. I mean, even though, my main level is level 60, I've got various, I have my, top 22 characters at level 60, with their abilities, mastered. Okay, the weapons aren't leveled up yet. Their bonds aren't necessarily 6 stars and not fully powered up yet. But that means I know where I have to go towards that direction. Right? So get ready, mine some more resources and that kind of stuff. I needed to raise my weapons up, get my SSRs up, wait until I get more resources to, again, get my bonds up, to get that up. So slowly I've been completing the level 55 tasks. Okay, so I've got virtually all the dragon sign except for the ice dragon, which I'm still at level 50, and I just completed level 55 of the Cecilia challenge. Okay, I wasn't able to do the Valkyrie one because I just don't have enough people to do the damage other than Leon, so I might not be able to do that one right away. But again, that sort of paves my path, knowing that what I need to do is make certain characters stronger in order to do that. So the main key to getting past the level 52 was again to work on your time rift until you get to at least level 7 so that you can get past the boss. The next step, which is level 55, the key is to get past the time rift level 8, okay, and getting basically all the things necessary, which are basically the seeds. The seeds are the main thing that you need in the bonds, okay, so and that will unlock for most everyone all the circular types of bonds on the outside ring. So those are the 5 or 6 that are on the outside part of the heart. Okay, that will get you the ability to power up your characters past level 55, or that sort of will help you get past level 55. Once you get all those bonds and that kind of stuff and things 55 unlocked, that will give you enough resources to take you to the next step, which is probably level 60. But I haven't got there yet, so I'm still working on that. Again, I know a lot of people, your strategy is to just take your top 10 guys and make sure you just pump everything into those 10 guys, and then that way you can get to level 60 and all that kind of stuff. And that's great. That is a strategy. That is one way to play. Again, I have, because of the characters that I got and the resources that were available to me, I went kind of a different way. Okay, I kind of more went the way of trying to equally raise my level of all my various characters, mostly to basically take advantage of things like the expeditions and to do the guild wars. Again, if you have more characters that have been leveled up to a level sufficient enough to actually use them in the guild war, then you can use that to basically collect guild points, and then basically the guild points can be your substitute for not having certain, for example, certain levels or certain things in the time rift to basically help you level up your characters. For example, when I was building Sherry, I wasn't able to buy a lot of, wasn't able to do time rift number 7. So basically, by using a lot more help with the guild, I've been using the guild points to basically buy all the level 50 and level 55 things needed to level up. Basically my top 20 characters. I've basically built most of those entirely using guild points rather than finding them out of Time Rift 7 and Time Rift 8. Now, of course, I've completed Time Rift 7 and Time Rift 8. Now I can actually, use that for that instead of using guild points, and now I start using the guild points to buy runes, and then basically finish the final touches on mastering certain characters and getting, double up the spells for things like Lana and Bozal and things like that, Egbert. Okay, make sure they have double AoE spells and things like that in their rune stones. Okay. So I hope this is very useful for you. Again, I'll continue, working at this game, and then when I come across the next hurdle, which I'm gonna guess is gonna be either 58 or level 60, and then we'll see what hurdles I need to go over to complete those. All right. So until next time, see you again.